Hey geeks, welcome to another edition of Geek Culture Unboxed. I am Lou, this is Diego, and John is back on the camera.
Welcome back.
Welcome back. Life happens, man. Just understand that. Life happens. So as you can see in studio today, finally, 3 years later, we have Samus Aran from Metroid Prime Echoes 2. If I said that right, never played those games. That's what the box says. For me, it's always the first Metroid. That's where I met her. That's where I fell in love with her.
Back with, in the Nintendo
NES, 1987. And you know, I did a little research before we came on air because I felt like she was the first female heroine in video games. It turns out she's not. It was a character called Ladybug, and then it was Miss Pac-Man, and then it was a couple other ones. But on a console, she's the first female, heroine. So for me, Samus is always going to be the first female character in a video game that I was exposed to. Never played Pac-Man, don't know female Pac-Man. But
or Miss Pac-Man.
Yeah. You know, I was one of those gamers that when I got to the end of the game and the outfit came off and I found out it was a chick, I was like, that's freaking awesome. I just played this whole game and it's a chick in the armor. I love it. As you can tell by the shirt, I'm rocking the shirt. My daughter's rocking the shirt. We love Samus. So again, if you guys haven't seen any of our previous videos, First Four Figures makes quality product. Sometimes it takes them a little bit long. That's one of my biggest complaints about this piece, but it's good quality. You know, I had Diego look over this thoroughly and he didn't see too much, and you know how nitpicky Diego is.
Yeah, and again, the paint is, there's something about orange, right? You know, especially when it's this, when it fades into another type of orange.
The blend?
Yeah, the blend. It is really, really nice to see, guys, in person. So if you're able to pick up one, I totally recommend that you pick up one. But we'll get into that later.
Well, you know, and on that note, some people's waitlist orders are converting. So I just saw something tiny in there. I don't know what that is.
It's probably the styrofoam.
No, it's black. Okay. I gotta find the knife. So some people's waitlists are converting. I know this thing is already going for almost double what it retailed for. This is the exclusive. It lights up as you saw in the 360. It lights up all the way, all the LEDs. They look beautiful on video and in person.
And I was complimenting you to Lewis. I said, I think this is one of the best light up jobs I've ever seen. And again, he asked me as compared to what. I said, well, again, I'm only limited to what I have. And I'm not going to compare it to anybody else. If you have better ones, please, by all means, share. But I got Starscream. I got Rodimus. I got Optimus Primes over here, and again, there's only like maybe the eyes that light up, or maybe just the trim around Soundwave if you can see in the back. But man, when you get the full light up and it's just that bright neon green, it just it makes this feature just pop that even more.
It did. I really did like the neon. Now some of the collectors. Some of the complaints collectors have had is they're having issues with their lights. They're not lighting up all the way. They're partially lighting up. And so that's an issue. First Four Figures is pretty good about customer service. So if you have that issue, just contact them. Ours, thankfully, seems to be doing well. I can't wait to have it displayed in my collection at home.
Even the boosters light up.
Yeah, the boosters, the cannon. They really did a great job on the light up effects. Thumbs up, First Four Figures, Alex and Chuckles. Now, I also bought a special surprise. Let me give you the measurements first, and then we will get to the little surprise that I brought. So, on her base, she stands 21 inches tall. Come up to the gun, 20, almost 21 inches tall, about 20 and a half. And then from one point of the S to the other point of the S, it's about 17 and a half inches. With the S's, and the actual round base is just about 13 inches, 12 and a half, 13. Now another complaint that collectors had online was that the base felt cheap or PVC. I can tell you it didn't. The base was the first thing I pulled out. It had weight to it. It wasn't heavy like some of the other bases that we have, but it doesn't feel cheap at all. It doesn't feel like cheap PVC.
Well, again, and when I first saw it, I guess my complaint wasn't that how it felt. My complaint was it looks basic. It looks like it looks like a plain base. Unlike our Starscream, Jazz, they're a little bit more intricate, right? But the thing is to me, again, I'm very picky, but I'm being very nitpicky. The base definitely does not take away from the figure itself.
No.
It to me it just enhances it, but it's just a basic base.
See, and
Yeah,
for a Metroid fan like myself,
Yeah.
the base, when I saw the base with the figure, I'm always gonna love the figure, but when I saw the base, I was ecstatic because it
has the S or what?
It has the S. It's a
Yeah.
pivotal piece
Yeah.
in the game. When she gets that armor
Yeah.
enhancement, you're like, yes, yes.
Well, again, attention to detail. But there's some fans that probably want something in the game, where she stands on something or whatnot. But
If anything, it would be her ship.
yeah,
Because in Metroid, in Super Metroid, she stands on her ship, or they could have had her on one of the transports when she goes up and down the elevator. For me, the next Metroid statue, because the first 4 figures, I think this is the 3rd or 4th Samus they've done, but the next one I want is actually Samus crouching like that.
Yeah.
That's a badass pose.
but first 4 figures, again, nothing wrong with the base. There's like I don't know if you're fielding some other complaints, but again, that was just a nitpick. I saw it, I was like, oh, that's a basic base, but there's no complaints when you have a figure just as good looking as this. It's if I'm gonna field any complaints to I guess to others who are watching, don't get it's just the base itself. Maybe it's too basic for you, but the figure itself is just
figure itself
Yeah.
is near flawless.
Yeah.
To actually hear Diego say that before we came on camera, I was actually stunned. Like, wow, really, Diego? It's
Yeah.
near flawless in its paint execution. There's nothing to even talk about the sculpt. Everything
Yeah.
about her is beautiful. The only thing that we're looking for on first 4 figures is issues with the paint. We found some paint blemishes on the base, on the S itself, a little bit on the red. There's
I don't know if John can get it over here. I don't know if you can see that.
that was the main one.
Yeah, that right there. Lewis was pointing out, like if you go inside the S, so some of the paint. But again, that's just nitpicking.
Really looking at
you're
it.
really looking at it. If you go inside these crevices right here, this crease, you're gonna see some of the paint. You can see some of the red bleed into the gray. But again, that's just being nitpicky. And again, for some, as Lewis was saying earlier, is that to some, to some collectors, when you wait 3 years, you're just like, okay, if I'm waiting 3 years, this better be good.
Flawless.
Yeah, this better be good. But again, us, we're looking at it like, wow, this is actually a nice piece.
Yeah.
And we're I'm pretty sure Lewis is happy. I'm happy with it. First 4 figures, you did a damn good job.
I have been
yeah.
waiting for her. Now, let's talk about the 3 years before we get to the little surprise. 3 years. We ordered, a lot of us collectors ordered this back 3 years ago. We put our money down, the deposit, whatever, and it was actually before first 4 figures started the first shot. If you were the first ones in, you got a special little card,
Yeah.
a special little sticker. It was just before they started that. So I pre-ordered this right away, no questions asked, and it kept getting delayed, and I would never cancel it because I was looking forward to it, but for it to be 3 years. Now, the frustrating part is at the beginning of this year, at the end of last year, beginning of this year, other collectors in other countries were already getting it in hand. And so a lot of us in the US were like, where's ours? Where's ours? And we're watching collectors and they're getting in, they're doing review, and we're like, where's ours? And finally, the US warehouse got it and we finally got it. But
Yeah.
I think First 4 Figures needs to work on that. When all warehouses get it, all warehouses distribute it because it's frustrating.
Well, again, we're not going to get into any political, but you think it's
there's
political?
politics,
You think I'm just
Maybe we won't touch on that.
Yeah,
but
we're not going to touch on it.
that's a simple remedy.
Yeah.
All warehouse get it, then all warehouse ship.
Yeah.
Because the collector feels, like, hey, why are they getting it first? Why don't I have it? So just to avoid that, go with that.
Or if not, first come, first serve. Whoever ordered first, hey, ship it to these guys,
I like that
Yeah,
too,
yeah.
but I haven't experienced that in collecting yet. The only thing that I've experienced, and First 4 Figures is the only one that does it, they will let you claim the number that you want. So let's say you have other Metroid
Oh,
figures,
okay,
right?
cool. Yeah.
And every one of those is number 61. You can say, please give me number 61 of this. They're the only company that does that, and that's really pretty cool. I like that. I don't have any statues that are sequentially numbered, but I like that that's offered to other collectors. That's cool. So what I have for you here, and some of y'all know already when y'all saw it, this is the Nintendo Metroid, the large Metroid that came. It was in a box, and it was about $20 at retail. And I bought a couple of these when they first came out, and everybody that plays the game knows that it's just about in scale with Samus. And that's what I wanted to show you guys on camera. So if you have this at home and you have Samus, all you'd have to do is figure out a way to use fishing line and adhere it to the ceiling. and you've got essentially the making of your own diorama with a good scale Metroid to go with that. So Metroid, again, the namesake of the game, the primary, reason that she's in the game is, you got that one. I was gonna bring the little one that they had, but I said, no, let's just go with the big one. Yeah. So there you have it for scale. You can see it on the ground. You saw what it looks like up here.
And again, I know John went up on top, but that's what I'm loving about this piece. Right on her shoulder, I don't know what you would call these right here. Yeah, just the little lights. The attention to detail. The lights that you can actually see, they actually light up like if they're digital. Yeah. I guess something's just, that's what's so cool. And I like that.
And even on the cannon, because when we first lit it up, you liked how the cannon looked.
Yeah.
Great job for great job.
Yeah, great job. Again, it's a basic base, so don't you're not gonna. For some of y'all, you're gonna be. Y'all might be disappointed, but to fans like you who know the game, you're like, oh yes, but
what I wish we had to review, and I'm not even a big fan of it, but the statue looked cool. So they did Nightmare from the Soul Calibur series, right? They did 2 versions. They had the exclusive version, which had a really detailed base, and then they had the regular version, which had a plain base. If I showed you the detail base, you'd understand and be like, all right, that looks badass.
Yeah.
So I kind of think they should do the same thing here. They should have a plain base. This would be the plain base, and then they would do a detailed, maybe environment base. And that would be cool. And then you'd probably be like, wow, dude, that's a badass statue.
That's a badass statue. But still, it's still an awesome statue.
And for $400, $400, quarter scale, $400, it lights up.
Dude.
You know that other company doesn't do it.
Yeah.
If they put this many lights in there.
Yeah. So.
Turn it off? No. So, that.
The battery.
Oh, the battery. That's right. John's reminding us about the battery.
It's right. That's why we
had a cameraman.
That's why thank you. So you want to show it?
No, we won't. We'll leave it.
I want to grab it. Yeah, grab it. So that way they can see it.
Hold on. Let me get her off.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead.
So what we're gonna do? We're gonna show you the battery. All right. Now, I don't know where you can find this battery, but as you can see right there, that's not your double. That's your standard double A. Anything. Again, this came in the box, so you may have to.
Special order.
Yeah, you may have to special order
it online.
Search it online. But as you can see, it's one large battery. But that's what came in the box. So good call. I totally forgot about the battery. Yeah, and it is rechargeable, as you can see right here. You got your AC adapter, so you can put your AC adapter in here, and it's rechargeable. Thank God for that.
So you can charge it with the USB, or you can plug it into the USB without the battery, and it'll still light up.
Yeah. So right now we have it with without the AC adapter, the USB, and she's supposed to again very carefully, because again. You don't want to damage where the electrical stuff. Mm-hmm. But she has to go just right, and then boom. So thank you for reminding us about the battery, so the customers know like, hey, what kind of battery do I need? Again, if you purchase this item, the battery does come in the box, but you may have to charge it depending on the shipment. But if it runs out, or if not, you leave it in there, and it what does it do? It evaporates.
The juice?
Yeah, the juice. It's like, and you're trying to look for that battery, you may have to look online. I don't know if Lowe's or Home Depot sells that battery.
It's usually online. I'll double check in Lowe's in the next week. I'll see if I see it there, but I seriously doubt it. You have to get online. And I know you guys are noticing, I'm sweating buckets. We're down here in Texas. It's hot and humid. You hear the fans going. It's not enough. So I'm sweating buckets here.
Yeah, right now, we're almost like Florida right now. We're 98 degrees. And again, it's 9 o'clock, like 96 degrees. But
swimming in humidity.
Yeah, but swimming in 80% humidity.
Yep. We're dying. You see it right here. So hey guys, thanks for tuning in. We appreciate all your comments. We appreciate you guys watching our videos. Be sure to subscribe, like, comment, join in the culture. We'll see you geeks next time.